forward to your presentation.
Yeah, thank you. So, yeah, I'm gonna wait. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining our presentation today, which is about Alinga, so speech assistant technologies made in Germany. My name is Carolina Held, and I'm here with my colleague Dorothee Kitz. And Dorothee and I, we actually both work at different Fraunhofer institutes. But what brings us together here at this event is really our joint mission to create speech assistants that will enable or that will simplify human-machine interaction. So why do we think this topic is even relevant? And we've seen this in many presentations throughout the day, yesterday as well. So the topic of smart speakers is everywhere. We've seen that Amazon Alexa has been introduced to the market in 2014 in the US, and it's been brought to Europe in 2016. And ever since, sales of smart speakers have been increasing worldwide. So also what you can see on this graph, which might be funny to notice, there's always a peak in Q4. Now, whether this is connected to Christmas sales is up for your imagination, but I assume the sales for Q4 in 2021 will also go up. So, looking at Germany, we can see that back in 2019, every third German was owning a smart speaker. And now I'm sure that in this room, the percentage of people owning a smart speaker is even higher. And what we've learned yesterday, what I didn't know until yesterday, but Thomas brought it out in his presentation, is that Germans are really adopting the smart speaker technology. So they're using smart speakers in their daily lives a lot. So we're very used to using smart speakers in our daily lives. They're in our living room, they're everywhere. And now actually companies are looking into this potential of bringing voice technology into the corporate world. So maybe this is one of the reasons why this event 2 years ago was about voice connected home, and today it's about the voice connected business. So we as Fraunhofer want to support this this development and provide our technologies that will enable businesses to deploy smart assistants in a professional level. So who are we to think that we're the right people to provide such technologies? As mentioned before, Dorothee and I, we work at both different institutes on this joint mission. So Dorothee is representing the Fraunhofer IAIS, which is an institute based in Erlangen with more than 1,000 employees, 12 locations worldwide, and the main location being Erlangen. And this institute has their core competency in audio and media technology and cognitive sensors. And the institute has had great success with licensing, for example, audio technologies such as MP3. But what does this have to do with smart assistants? So Fraunhofer IAIS has been able to develop a speech synthesis that is naturally sounding. It's available in German and in English, and it works in real time on CPU, so it's very efficient. And I've brought to you an example that will actually introduce to you the Fraunhofer IAIS. So I'm not sure if you can click on the sound. How would it work?
Fraunhofer IAIS has more than 300 employees at the locations St. Augustine and Dresden. Their core competencies are artificial intelligence and machine learning. They developed leading technologies in the field of speech recognition, knowledge graphs, and question answering.
Perfect, thank you. So it's introduced by our TTS. The Fraunhofer IAIS has been able to work on speech recognition. So now, as we've heard in many presentations yesterday, it is crucial that a voice bot really understands the person talking to it. And I, for example, even have personal difficulties understanding people with a dialect from Bavaria or from Saxony. And now imagine the voice bot having to deal with this and understanding this. This is exactly one of the problems that we have tackled. So our ASR has been deployed in the Saxonian State Parliament and has been trained so it would really understand the dialect. And how this is working, I want to show you in the next video.
Frau Präsidentin, meine sehr verehrten Damen und Herren! Ganz so banal und ganz so rein technisch, Kollege Hartmann oder auch Kollege Bollas, wie Sie das hier dem Publikum vermitteln wollen, ist es nun doch nicht. Das, worüber wir sprechen, ist die Installation einer bundesländerübergreifenden Anstalt oder Institution in Form einer rechtsfähigen Anstalt öffentlichen Rechts, deren tagtägliches Brot es ist, in der Regel geheim, einen Eingriff in das Grundrecht des Post- und Fernmeldegeheimnisses nach Artikel 10 Grundgesetz bzw. Artikel 27 der Verfassung vorzunehmen. Das ist das, worüber wir entscheiden und den Rahmen setzen. Unter Schutz des gesprochenen Wortes, der Kommunikation zwischen Menschen, ist in dieser Republik von jeher ein essentielles, ein prägendes Grundrecht. Und deshalb ist die Liste der Rechtsstreitigkeiten, die vor dem Bundesverfassungsgericht und vor den Verfassungsgerichten der Länder gerade wegen der Eingriffe in dieses Grundrecht auf Schutz des Fernmeldegeheimnisses geführt worden ist, unendlich lang und meist obsiegten die Eingriffsbetroffenen.
I think we can stop it. Oh, it stopped, okay. Felt very long, so I'm sorry this example was only available in German, but I hope you could see that it's really difficult to understand the Saxonian dialect, and we've trained our ASR to do so. And our ASR is deployed live and in real time, and we've been training this for domain-specific vocabulary, and especially also for politician names, because they need to be recognized, obviously, correctly. So the Saxonian Regional Parliament is using our technology to making this available to, for example, hearing impaired. So you really need to make sure the subtitles are correct and you really understand what the speaker is being saying. So also, our ASR is used on premise. So all of the recordings are stored in safe data centers at the Parliament. We have nothing to do with the actual text that's being said. It's all locally stored and secure.
Yeah, thanks Carolina for the introduction to the institutes and some technologies. So, as you mentioned, the two institutes, we joined forces, and actually we also have a brand name for what we're doing, which is Alinga, and and our focus is building business voice assistants, and on this picture you can see an overview about all what we're covering. And sorry, I hope you understand that this is only in German. The reason is that we just yesterday launched our website on Alinga, and it's in German. We're just translating it, so it's going to be available in English, I guess, by next week. And yeah, so what we do, we just show to you our voice interface. So we have a, I think, very good TTS and ASR solution for German and English, and which is most important for us, that we provide very complete data secure solutions for everybody using our technologies. You have the entire data sovereignty. So this is very important to us, and also adjusting vocabulary and everything to a very specific use case to your need. This is really the two focus we have. Yeah, but we also do other things which we want to show you now. We of course are also developing products and solutions for natural language understanding and different reliable dialogues. And which is a huge focus of us is integrating external data and services. So data, knowledge, which is available in companies and enterprises, and making it accessible via an assistant. So this is the right part, and I would just want to give you some information what we're doing there now. And why this is so important, I want to give you some background about our oil anecdote, which is actually a story of our colleague Johannes, who can't be here today. He was supposed to do this presentation, but he got sick, so we took over. But what happened to him just like a week ago is that he gave his car to the repair shop for just general service. And a few days later, after picking up the car, he was driving, and the oil lamp started blinking. And he was really surprised, because usually if you have a checkup, they always put in oil, and you don't have to care about that at all until the next service. So he thought something's broke. He was quite annoyed. But he's an engineer, so he started looking for the problem first. And he looked at his receipt, and he saw that the worker repair guy, he put in 4.7 liter of oil into his tank. And he checked with his manual of the car and saw that it's wrong. So it should have been 4.9. But I guess all of us understand why this error has been made. I mean, it's a one manual for a car, but there's so many different models of the motors, and probably he just got the wrong model, or he just saw the wrong number in this huge table. So this is an error which is understandable but annoyable for the driver, and of course maybe embarrassing for the worker. Not a big deal, but still, I think this is an error which could have been avoided. And a solution would have been an assistant, a machine which you ask, for example, what is the correct amount of oil to put in a car model XYZ? And a machine just giving you a clear answer is 4.9. The reason is a machine trained for this information will not do a mistake. Also, another advantage is a worker in a hall just working on the car doesn't have to look up in a manual with his maybe oily hands, or in a tablet scrolling through a manual looking for the right information, but just really easily hands-free get the information. So that's one use case we're tackling. Another example would be in a business use case, maybe a financial department wanting to get information on revenues of a specific business segment, of a specific product into a specific date. Or here a medical use case where you want to know how many COVID cases were newly reported on a specific date, maybe for some reports. And though this might seem quite simple, actually, for example, in this case, in Germany, for example, every state has a completely different way to collect data and make it available. So if you want to get the information for, okay, this is Argentina, but same case, like in Germany or Argentina, you have to look in different databases with very different structures. So the question is, how does an assistant get this information? Like, yeah, if you would do it manually, it would also take some time, but assistants should do it like quickly. So we developed two solutions to that, depending on the data you have. The first one is if you have like text data, for example, handbooks. We have machine reading comprehension technology, which can be trained to your handbooks by giving question answering pairs, so that the system actually understands what's within your documents, and then our question answer module can give the right answer. So this is for like text data, unstructured data. But if you have Excel files, databases where you have structured data, but in a heterogeneous way, so different kind of databases, there's opportunity to build knowledge graphs and access this information through question answering to the knowledge graph. So here, a short question to the room. Who's familiar with the term knowledge graph? Okay, I guess the half of them. So I'm not an expert either, but I'll just show one or two slides to just give you an understanding what I'm talking about here. So this is a definition of a knowledge graph, which is like it's a network, as you can see here, of entities, and their semantic types and properties which are put into relation to each other. So this is an example from Amazon knowledge graph, where there's the Eiffel Tower, and you can see it's a place and who has been visiting it and where is it located. And it's information which is located in very different databases, but put together into one large network that in the end more easily you can now know that the Eiffel Tower is located in Paris and who has been visiting it. So you can answer more complex questions which include several of these paths and find your answer. And yeah, huge companies like Amazon, Google, a lot of other also companies, they use knowledge graphs. And why aren't we doing it yet? The reason is it's really difficult to set up a knowledge graph, to model what you want to use it for, and just to set it up and connect the data. It's a huge effort, and is of course really costly and expensive. So what we developed is the Smart Data Connector, which is just a tool to help to build enterprise or company domain-specific knowledge graph with existing data within a company or enterprise. And I mean, our data scientist says it's easy and especially enjoyable. I don't know if it's enjoyable, but it's easier. It's definitely easier. And yeah, it's a good way. It's really a tool which guides you through the entire path from modeling a domain-specific knowledge graph, mapping and connecting all the data, and we have some services to support you. Yeah, and that's actually how we do it, that we manage that we can build assistants like in the repair shop environment where you just clearly get the answer from a table of information about how much oil you have to put in. Or in the case of Argentina with the COVID cases, you will find out that in August 24 last year we had 5,352 new cases. Yeah, so that was just giving you an overview about what we have developed so far in our Alinga team. But you know, Fraunhofer, we're a research organization, so we're not stopping here. So we have a few new projects, and Carolina will give you information on what's next.
Yeah, so what's next? Within our Speaker project, which is a publicly funded project by the Federal Ministry of Economic Affairs and Energy, we have created a speaker platform that will enable corporates to access our technology through a platform as software as a service. And this platform caters very important requirements that we've also seen throughout the presentations yesterday, which is data sovereignty and data privacy. So all you do is very secure in this cloud. And of course, we're not doing this platform alone. We have a huge network of partners supporting us and developing this platform with us. So what you can see on this picture is, in the inside we have 17 founded partners, so they're working with us on the speaker platform. They bring in either use cases where they want to use voice assistant technologies and realize their use cases with technology. And also we have technology providers that complement our technology, such as emotion sensing technology or NLG. But apart from that, we also have a wide network of, actually today already 32 associated partners. And maybe we have some of the partners even in the room today. And so if you're interested, if you're not on the list yet and you're interested to become an associated partner with the project, you can reach out to our project manager for the Speaker project, Johannes, and he will give you further insights on the Speaker project, keep you informed, and actually this project gives you the opportunity to develop our current technologies and help shape the development of the platform. And also, so yesterday, in the very last presentation, we've heard from Mr. McTeer. We heard that it's more important to design conversations that are more natural. But also in this presentation we've heard, it's really not so easy. So what's our approach to it? So we as Fraunhofer have initiated the OpenGPTX project. So it's also a publicly funded project where we use the Gaia-X infrastructure to train very huge language models that are competitive to the ones already available on the market by OpenAI or Baidu, for example, a GPT-3 model. And what we want to do is really enhance the human-machine interaction and make dialogues more natural. So we train large models, but work isn't done there. So if you want to deploy them in a smart assistant targeting the business market, you need to make sure that the models really contain domain-specific terms and would really only answer in the domain-specific content. So we have some partners from industry representing, for example, media, automotive, but also insurance, who are working with us to fine-tune our language models that we're developing for a domain-specific context, so that in the end, you can have smart and more natural conversations for your business. Yeah. And with this, we would like to conclude our presentation And we're very happy for you to get in touch with us if you're interested in our technology, if you have use cases and wonder how you can realize them with our technology. We're more than happy to help. You can either reach out to us directly or also visit our newly launched website. Yeah. So thank you for your attention, and we're looking forward to the roundtable discussion.
Perfect. Thank you very much. I think there was